Hey guys, Dylan here, and I wanted to do. I just felt like doing this video. This video is going to be about the whole feud of which technically it's going to end. Mainly, it's going to be like an end to the whole debate of which is better, Full Metal Alchemist or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now, I'm going to say right now that they're both very good anime. There's a lot of things that separate them, but there's a lot of things that are like put kind of like go hand in hand with each other. And this and like unlike some of my other videos, I have like points on my phone that I would read that I would read off and continue off of. This is gonna be complete. This is not gonna even have those. Now, the biggest thing that divides the Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it's hard to say that real fast, is that Full Metal Alchemist did not follow the manga up to a certain point. Brotherhood, however, did all the way to the end, at least. But the reason behind that was that whenever the first one was being made, the manga wasn't finished. So they went over to the author and asked her what the how it was gonna end, so they could keep it going without having to do like a hiatus kind of thing for that first anime. But of course, she didn't want to have any spoilers about it, so she gave them like hints of what it would be if I'm getting the story correctly. She gave the directors hints of what would happen, and they just went off of that to finish the first anime that was made for it. And I don't know whether they actually did. It was exactly how she first thought, and then she maybe changed her mind later of how it was going to end. I don't know, but the set, but it did not end how the manga ended. Nowhere near. Brotherhood, however, did. But there's a bit of a catch with it. Whenever I would suggest to watch of which one to watch, I would say watch both. Watch the first one that was made from 2003-ish, and then go to Brotherhood. Because in Brotherhood, there were certain characters that were kind of just like fast paced through, because there were so many people who are watching that have watched the first series, the original series from 2003. Because in that one, it kind of laid out all these different characters and kind of expanded what their backstories and such, kind of gave more to these certain characters. Like the one example the main example I can think of is Shao Tucker. They gave Shao Tucker they ended up giving Shao Tucker a bigger part in the 2003 version. But in the beginning part, with her daughter and such, I'm gonna try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. For people who have not watched it and just want to find out what to do, of how to watch it, they kind of expanded how much of a character this was, what kind of character this was. Brotherhood, it wasn't very much. Like in both of them, Ed meets them both, but the tragedy that happens, Ed and Al were never there to truly witness it in Brotherhood, as they were in the 2003 version. Let's see, another one. That's like one of the biggest points that why I would recommend watching the 2003 version and then watching Brotherhood, because Brotherhood kind of goes past these kind of things. The Leore, I can't think of their name. The very first place that they end up with, like Father Cornello and all that, and the quote unquote philosopher's stone that they find there. It's kind of sped up. It's very sped up. Like the beginning, the first episode of Brotherhood is something that was never really seen in the 2003 version. And after that, it kind of sped through a bunch of the story that was in the 2003 version, like the Father Cornello and meeting Maze Hughes and such. Like there's a whole literal episode that kind of there was literally like 2 episodes in 2003 version about Father Cornello and the philosopher's stone they find there. And it was all just in one episode in Brotherhood, so they kind of sped that up because they expect people who are watching that watch the 2003 version. So people who are going to be starting Full Metal Alchemist, I would always urge them to watch it and keep saying this over and over to make sure some people understand the 2003. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm saying that one gives more story to certain parts of the other. You don't have to watch the first one all the way to the end if you don't want to, but I'm just saying give it a shot because it is a good anime in itself, even though it's straight from the manga because the manga wasn't finished at the time. And Brotherhood by itself is good in its own way because it had a better, and like mine and most everyone else, it had a better ending to it. Where the 2003, it kind of had a add-on movie to make a better ending for it. Now, that's about all I have for this little, I guess you call it a rant. I don't know. Anyway, if you want to see more otaku related content, why not consider subscribing to this channel? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.